In the distant future, Duke Leto Atreides, ruler of the planet Caladan, is appointed by Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV to succeed Baron Vladimir Harkonnen as fief holder of Arrakis, a harsh desert planet and the sole source of spice, a valuable psychotropic substance that imparts heightened vitality and awareness. Fearful of Leto's growing influence, Emperor Shaddam plots for House Harkonnen to reclaim Arrakis, supported by his Sardaukar warriors, and eliminate House Atreides. Lady Jessica, Leto's wife, is a member of the Bene Gesserit, an exclusive sisterhood with extraordinary physical and mental talents. As part of a centuries-long breeding scheme, they told her to have a daughter whose son would be the Kwisatz Haderach. Jessica rebelled and had a son, Paul, who was trained by Leto's aides, Duncan Idaho, Gurney Halleck, Suk Dr. Wellington Yuer, and Mentat Thufir Hawat. She taught him Bene Gesserit disciplines. Paul tells Jessica and Duncan about troubling glimpses of the future. Gaius Helen Mohiam, the Reverend Mother and Imperial Truthsayer, visits Caladan and submits him to a lethal Gom Jabba test to judge his humanity and impulse control, which he passes. At a covert meeting on Giedi Prime, Mohiam insists that Baron Harkonnen spare Paul and Jessica in his coup, to which he duplicitously agrees. House Atreides arrives at Arrakeen, the main stronghold of Arrakis. The people adore Paul and Jessica, which she attributes to the Bene Gesserit spreading ideologies on Arrakis decades ago. Leto bargains with Freeman chieftain Stilgar and meets the imperial judge of the change, Dr. Kynes, a planetologist who dwells among the Freemen. Kynes informs them of the perils of spice gathering, as well as the huge sandworms that travel beneath the desert, making the usage of protective Holtzman shields inadvisable. During a trip, they save a stranded spice harvesting team from a sandworm, and Paul's exposure to the spice causes severe visions. An attempt to kill Paul with a hunter-seeker fails. Yue betrays the Atreides by disabling Arrakeen's shields, allowing the Harkonnens and Sardaukar to invade. He incapacitates Leto to exchange him for his wife, the Baron's prisoner. Yue replaces one of Leto's teeth with a poison gas capsule, allowing the Duke to assassinate the Baron. After the Baron double-crosses and murders Yue, Leto uses the gas to kill himself and the Baron's mentat, Peter de Vries, but the Baron lives. Though the Baron had planned to abandon Paul and Jessica deep in the desert to perish, a compassionate Yue had left them with a free kit containing survival supplies. Jessica employs a Bene Gesserit technique known as the Voice to overwhelm and kill their captives. Overnight in the desert, Paul, surrounded by spices, sees visions of a violent holy battle fought across the globe in his name. After conquering Arrakis, Baron Harkonnen selects his nephew Rabban to manage the planet and orders him to restart spice production to repay the costs of the invasion. Meanwhile, Duncan and Kynes track down Jessica and Paul, who reveal his intention to marry one of Emperor Shaddam's daughters to prevent a civil war caused by the Emperor's betrayals. However, they are spotted by Sardaukar warriors wielding a lasgun. Duncan sacrifices himself, allowing Paul and Jessica to flee. Kynes also tries to flee, but is apprehended and fatally wounded, so she lures a sandworm to her place to consume herself and the Sardaukar. Deep in the desert, Paul and Jessica meet Stilgar's Freeman tribe, which includes Chani, the young woman from Paul's visions. In contrast to Stilgar's lenience towards them, Freeman warrior Jameis challenges Paul to a ritual duel to the death, which Paul wins. Despite Jessica's desires, Paul joins the Freemen, determined to carry out his father's plan of allying with them to bring Arrakis peace.